With time, so many sacrifices, even in a place where only a few thousand live. Here in Morgan County, the old jail now harbors hometown stories of sacrifice. Veteran Tony Atkins is the museum's curator.
And it's all Morgan County veterans.
Pictures of more than 800 veterans line the hall as you enter the 1937 jail-turned-museum.
This one's interesting here, shows the Eiffel Tower.
This photo of a World War II soldier on leave is just one of the many stories Tony can tell as you stroll through the museum with him. There's Asa Kemplin
on the end right here,
who was in a B-24 shot down over Italy during the Second World War.
And he spent about 16 months in a POW camp.
Asa Kemplin made it home.
He's still living.
Still living, still active.
Others did not. The pictures of those Morgan Countyans hang together.
22 killed in World War I, 87 World War II, 9 in Korea, and 6 in Vietnam.
There are dozens of uniforms worn by local folks on display here, including the one Sergeant Sheldon Perry wore in Iraq.
He served 2 tours over there. He's a city policeman now.
Fortunately, no one from Morgan County has paid the ultimate sacrifice in Iraq or Afghanistan. This is the flag which was draped over the casket of Private Clarence Wright, a paratrooper who was killed early on D-Day.
And this is the plane he was on when he was shot down. There was 18 paratroopers in the crew.
Everywhere you look, something catches your gaze.
So we have a lot of interesting things. It takes a while to look at all of it.
There's Private Gordon Atkins, World War I uniform. He and his brother Richard joined the Marines together.
And they were both wounded in the Argonne Forest.
This tiny museum is a march through Morgan County and military history.
This is sort of a makeup of a command bunker or whatever that you would have seen in Vietnam.
A conflict that cost our country more than 58,000 lives.
I know you've seen those on the news, the body bags. Everyone in Vietnam had to carry your own body bag.
A war that stirred the country's conscience.
And then we have a anti-war section too. We thought we needed to include that.
Of the thousands of Morgan Countyans who have served our country, the most well-known is Colonel William E. Barber.
He won the Medal of Honor in the Korean War.
There are pictures of Colonel Barber with U.S. presidents. He led a successful effort to hold off a pass in the mountains of North Korea, freeing U.S. Marines who were trapped. Among those Marines was another Morgan Countyan, Lindbergh Amick.
He was one of the 8,000 that escaped while they had the pass open. He was a career man, served 30 years.
So many uniforms, so many stories. Curator Tony Atkins can even tell his own of the 18 months in Germany with the Army's 3rd Infantry Division.
And I was about 70 pounds lighter then, so it did fit back then.
The pass of war allowing hometown boys to cross paths.
When I was in Germany, he was the chaplain on our base.
After 30 years as a military chaplain, Paul Hopkins settled in Nebraska, but his chaplain's kit and flag now rest in his hometown's museum.
He's a real nice fella.
Thanks to a veteran commanding this county's effort, folks here will never forget the sacrifices of war. With photographer Paul Majanier, I'm Greg Stotelmyer on Kentucky's Back Roads.